I usually fall asleep out here, get up in the middle of the night, and then go.
I am from Alexandria, Virginia, here, Route 1 area. I've pretty much lived in Fairfax County my entire life. My dad sold the house that I grew up in, and we moved into his girlfriend's house. I lived with them for maybe a year or so until I got a job out of Papa John's, and I was working night shifts, so I was drinking almost every day, pretty much. And I think that had a lot to do with me moving out of my dad and his girlfriend's house. Friends, hanging with people I shouldn't have been hanging with, I guess. I ended up getting in some legal trouble and I went to jail. And then I was kind of just staying wherever I could with friends. And that's pretty much where a lot of my difficulties had started, I would say.
I grew up in Washington, D.C. The reason why I moved to Virginia is because of my son. I just wanted him to have a better environment. The first job I had was at Alexandria Hospital, and I was a phlebotomist there. I also went to hair school for cosmetologists. So I was going to school and working. Actually, I don't know what happened. It's like I fell on hard times. I didn't have any support, like family or friends or anything. And since I was a single mom, new mom, and I took care of him and did the best that I can, but I don't know, it was like a brick hit me.
My mom, my father, he was an alcoholic, but my mom did most of the raising. Did the regular kid stuff, grew up, went to high school, didn't ever make it through. I basically just wanted to be, doing what most teenagers are doing. The beginning, it was rough because, like I said, I got into a lot of the street life. So I ended up getting caught up in the law, going to jail. I didn't have anything, so all I had to do was just try to make a life.
Desperation, just being tired of not having stable housing, not having stable employment, pretty much looking for a place to stay became my full-time job.
I lived in my car with my son for 4 months. The only thing that I stayed focused on was my son. I know I have to keep him safe. I wanted my son to be with me.
I was frequently in and out of detox. I think I was just really sick and tired of not having stable housing with nowhere to go on a daily basis. I wasn't thinking clearly because I was drinking practically every day to kind of drown, everything. I started to feel very depressed.
I went to shelters, they were all full. So I'm continuing to work, and then when I get off from work, try to figure out where I'm going to sleep. And then my son started acting out, being disrespectful to me, just blaming me. Then he ran away, and I slept in my vehicle without my son this time because I didn't know where he was. He kept running off, and so I just couldn't do it anymore. And then I really got tired. I mean, literally, mentally tired. I'm constantly had to keep figuring out where am I supposed to park, go to sleep, where, just constantly going to work, just constantly. So I did that for 2 months while I was waiting for New Hope Housing.
I heard about New Hope Housing by social service. I came in and everybody just treated you like you were human. I mean, they didn't look down on me. They didn't know me, but they knew I was homeless, but they didn't treat me as if I was some dirty or diseased person. They treated me like a human.
We welcome the unwelcome. People who have not been successful, sort of given up on the system and being able to change their lives. Those are the people we really would like to see and try to help. So it could be help with employment, help with looking for a home and submitting an application. It can be all sorts of things.
Ms. Young, she is remarkable. Then all of a sudden she said, "No, I know a place that'll take you." I said, "You do?" She said, "Come on, get in the van, let's go see." I'm in the van with her coming over to here, Southern Towels. This is something that I worked for. I came from nowhere and I made something.
So we have staff who support people once they've moved into housing. We provide some supports to some people financially, but we also have a case manager who goes and meets with people, listens to their concerns, helps them with budget, make sure they pay their rent. If they need food, gives them community resources, and just, plain tries to make a difference in supporting them so they can keep out of homelessness again.
One thing that was really nice was coming here to an apartment that had furniture, and the dresser and the bed and the table and the couch. It really made a huge difference. It might be the nicest thing that's ever happened to me.
When I came through the door and I stopped right there, and I don't know, it's like something came over me, like just standing there, like, I'm not stressful, I'm not trying to figure out where do I supposed to sleep, where do I supposed to park. All of that is just out the window.
With one of the gift cards that Miss Young gave me in New Hope Housing, I was able to get a vacuum cleaner for a good price. But after vacuuming that first time, it was a world of a difference. That gift card and that vacuum cleaner, might not seem like much to a lot of people, but to me, it's very big. So.
Can't tell you this enough. If it wasn't for New Hope Housing, I know I wouldn't be here. And that's why I wanted to tell them, thank you for what you've done for me.
It's kind of coincidental that I went to Marshall's and I went back, turned the application in. They were ready to hire me, so I did that. And I'm coming up on almost a year now. That also helped me to cut back my drinking dramatically. I went from, 3 to 4 days a week drinking to now maybe once a week, if not every other week. Some weekends I don't even drink. I don't feel as depressed anymore.
My son is really coming around now. Like, okay, Mom, you know what? I'm sorry. We were sleeping in our vehicle, and he could have ran off and just totally just been missing. So I'm very grateful for that. Yeah, so we're good. I love him.
Paul came to me. He's always been so pleased. So grateful. He would send me a little text and say, Miss Young, I want to thank you for everything that you do. I really appreciate you. And I would say, just hold on, keep looking. God gonna open up a door.
I didn't want to live anymore, to a point to where I didn't really care about my life. And having a home base, so to speak, gave me a chance to find a job, get back to work, and that really changed my life. And I just want to thank you all very kindly for everything.